Oh, hell yeah, brother. Welcome to the podcast, Stop Crying Poser, greatest podcast known to man as voted by the Green Mile, Forrest Gump, and everyone who tuned in live. iBook Boy, Captain Canuck, it's ya boy, OG Mickey, Solitude, Matt P, Venus Die Traps, ahoy, Tam, Saul 88, Alan Rides Bike, Irie Caveman, and Hammy of Doom. I appreciate those of you who tuned in live. I got a haircut recently. Some of you can't see. I curled what remaining hair that I had and dyed it all green. So now I belong on Fortnite. You're so funny. I know I'm funny. Today we're going to start with a free giveaway of sticker packs. Man, I was watching this stream the other day. This guy had the audacity to do a 12-hour stream, and he said, I'll do a sticker giveaway every 4 hours. I said, every 4 hours, motherfucker. What if you watch the podcast Stop Crying Poser, Marty, and you got a fucking free sticker pack every single week? Well, goddamn it, that's what we do here on the podcast Stop Crying Poser. Every single Friday, right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, someone suggested that maybe we do a trivia question somewhat related to Halloween. So I said, you know what? Fuck it, we'll do it live. So the first person who answers this trivia question correctly, who lives in America, will win a free Ninja Lifestyle sticker pack. The question is this, Halloween related. Ooh, spooky. What is the most commercially successful horror movie of all time? Now, you may be thinking, oh, that's that one with Jason Voorhees. No, it's the one with Freddy Krueger. No, it's the one with that clown that always has that big-ass forehead. Welp, you're going to have to make a guess because eventually someone in the chat room will get this question right. iBook Boy says Halloween. Is Halloween the one where... Dude, there's so many goddamn Halloweens. That's the one where the guy can't even walk very fast and just everyone who runs away from him always falls down. Oh my god, that's annoying. Solitude says The Exorcist. Is that a Halloween movie? I don't think so. Ahoy says mid-90s. Wrong. Venus Die Trap says Halloween. Alan Rides a Bike says Friday the 13th. I feel like Hammy of Doom says Blair Witch. I feel like some of you, a couple of you, might be confusing. Wait a minute, this is not even a Halloween question, this is a horror movie. Wait a minute, I just fucking, I was gonna say, wait a minute. Fucking idiot doesn't even know his own trivia question. I was thinking they had to be Halloween movies, but they don't. The actual question was, what's the most commercially successful horror movie of all time? Bob Ruska says It. Now, I don't know if that's correct, and you know what I say. I don't mind if you guys Google the answer, but according to parade.com, the correct answer is, in fact, It. Unless you consider Titanic a horror movie, which it was pretty horrible. Are you trying to tell me, parade.com, are you trying to tell me that Titanic was a fun, happy story? Oh, in this PC culture today, you're about to get fucked up on Stop Crying Poser. What was Titanic then? A comedy? All them dead bodies just dying, freezing to death, families being separated, children dying. You think that's okay? You think that's funny? That's cool. I thought it was a sad part of American history. Whatever. I guess they don't agree. Anyways, I got that wig from the Halloween store. The Halloween store opened. Me and Lily went and ran a bunch of errands. I went and finally got some gun parts yesterday. We went to the Halloween store. Here's how stupid I am. I tell you guys all the time how dumb I am. I got a fake tattoo of an Illuminati sign because obviously I'm gonna be a slice of bacon, but I thought it'd be funny to be like the Illuminati bacon. And then I swear to God, I had no idea. I completely forgot. I got this Illuminati fake tattoo where you put water on it and it's a fake tattoo. I was gonna put it on my head or my cheek or my neck or something, and I completely forgot that I already have a fucking a real life Illuminati tattoo on my fucking leg. I literally forgot that I had this exact symbol already permanently on my body. I had no fucking idea. Who else in the world has ever gotten a fake tattoo and said, man, this looks cool, I think I'm gonna get this fake tattoo, not realizing that they have the exact same real tattoo on their body? No one. I am officially the dumbest person who's ever tried to go Halloween shopping. We also got some makeup for Lily. She's gonna be an egg. She's gonna be a Day of the Dead egg. I'm kidding. That was like the running joke, because I've been baking for like 4 years because I never want to buy a new outfit. I thought it'd be funny to do like a couple's outfit. Like I'd be bacon and she'd be like a sexy egg. Like she's an egg with like some cleavage, a cleavage egg, but then also with like the Day of the Dead face paint. That wouldn't make no sense. It would confuse everybody. It'd just be the day of the sexy dead egg and a bacon. But it would definitely make you look back and be like, what the fuck? I think Lily's actually jealous. My girlfriend is jealous of my costume because a couple years ago, we went to Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas, and I just wore my regular old dirty fucking bacon outfit. I've never washed it. And she was like a sexy schoolgirl or something. Tits were out, big old socks. And everyone's like, cool fucking bacon outfit, dude, man, that's crazy. Hell yeah, high five. Fucking, I'm walking down the street, dude, cool bacon. And she's just like, no one thinks I'm a fucking sexy schoolgirl. What the fuck? You guys care about this bacon only? This guy that just doesn't even wash his stinky fucking costume? Well, what am I, chopped liver? No, chopped pork is what I am. First off, you idiot. I think she's just fucking jealous. Anyways, speaking of oh hell yeah brother, which that's how we start every podcast, I recently got hit with not a strike but a ding, I fucked up. I got a little email that said I fucked up on YouTube because I've been labeling my videos wrong. Now, let me try to explain to you how they label them. You can label them as far as monetization. You can say no bad language, light bad language, and then super bad language. And then it tells you under light bad language is like hell or damn. So if you say oh hell yeah or damn yo in the first 30 seconds of your video, you have to say this video has light bad language. So if you noticed, every single time I do Stop Crying Poser, I go, oh hell yeah, brother, which by definition fits under light bad language. But YouTube has been marking me for strong bad language. And strong bad language is like me saying the F-A-double-G word or the N word or something like that. Like they marked hell down as like a fucking like way bad words, or the C-U-N, who knows what the next letter is. They marked it down as that. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And I looked at it up to see if I could dispute it. And it says reviewed by a human. Now here's what probably happened. It's probably a human that doesn't speak English because, you know, obviously people in India are going to work for far cheaper than getting an American to decipher English. But it hurts me. It hurts the money that I make. And it also hurts the money YouTube gets because now you have less advertisers. So I feel like they should definitely look into that. I used to have a helpline that I was able to email. I'm going to try to look into that to see if they can go back and reverse those. Maybe fire the person who just affected my livelihood. Maybe the guy that you're paying 10 cents an hour to decipher English, maybe fire that guy so that I can still like feed my dog. Because he's not doing his job, and I did nothing wrong. You know what I mean? Like, that guy did his job incorrectly. I did everything correctly, and now I'm being fucked because it's not my fault, you know? It's just an annoying situation. You know what would be annoying? I made a meme about this the other day. You guys have seen these fucking VX filmers and these terrible submissions on Ninja Review. Could you imagine having a newborn baby and just giving it to that person? I always tell you guys how bad Tex is at filming. I've told you guys this several times. I remember specifically doing a line at Metro Skate Park. I did a nose slide, big spin, and then I was going to try and do another trick flat ground. And I looked up at Tex, and he looked up at me, and we locked eyes in the middle of him filming, and the camera was facing 90 degrees left. And I was like, oh, you're looking at me. I'm looking at you. No one's looking at the camera, and the camera's looking towards Mecca. Why wouldn't you point the camera at me? And I always say this. This is why there's so many fucking innocent people dying in gun violence, is because if that fool shot a gun the way that he films, it would just constantly be innocent victims. And I thought to myself, you know what? It'd be terrible if someone unknowingly, like, handed a baby to these horrible filmers. Because have you seen some of these filmers? They shake the whole camera all crazily, knowing, like, this is their version of trying. They're trying their hardest to keep it steady. That's like their number one college try. Like, oh, I'm giving my absolute 100% effort into holding this camera still. And what you get out of it is, like, that's, wow, pure talent, number one. Number two, never give that filmer a baby. Never hand them a baby or like the Stanley Cup trophy or anything of value, a Rolex, nothing. Never give them anything of value because it's going to get shooken, dropped, broken. How many pictures have we seen over the years of broken VX1000s? I know it's because you're filming skateboarding. Occasionally, the skateboard will hit the camera, but also occasionally just shaking the shit out of it like it's a fucking mixed drink at the bar. It's not going to work. Also, a lot of the times those filmers, they fall down, and instead, this is my hugest pet peeve ever. I've taken some really bad falls in my day while filming, and what I try to do is roll to my right shoulder because I'm right-handed and hold the camera in the air. All right, it's kind of like falling into the pool while holding a beer. You need to keep that one hand above the water. I've seen people who fall while filming who immediately cock back their arm and smash the camera into the ground because either of their lack of understanding of how they're going to fall or their lack of care for the camera. I've seen fuckers throw the camera after they fall, which it confuses the fuck out of me. It actually makes me angry because I know how much those cameras cost. And listen, if it's your own camera and you don't care, that's cool. But we started this conversation talking about babies. Never hold a baby. Could you imagine, like, oh, I stubbed my toe and I'm holding a baby, so you just lift the baby in the air and spike it like a football. Ow, my toe. Oh, oops, I just killed a baby. And babies are more expensive than 40-year-old cameras, or at least in my experience of buying children. It's alarming that so many filmers are so bad at what they do. Could you imagine a firefighter? Every time they tried to put out a fire, they exploded a building and created 3 more fires. That's how these filmers are when they just can't. Why would you call yourself a filmer if you can't do the first 4 letters of the word filmer? You're gonna send your camera to the ER. That's why. It baffles me how people can be so bad at trying to be good. It's like, I was thinking about it the other day. I think it's lack of effort. Because I've seen bad filmers carry a glass of water across the room. And they go, I'm thirsty. And they carry the glass of water, not a fucking drop spills. Put a camera in their hand, it's a fucking Fukushima earthquake all over again. Just run for your life. Oh, I remember I was filming at this park called Children's Park. That's kind of, ironically, the park is called Children's. Ironically, the park is actually called Children's Memorial Park. You could fucking type that shit in. It's on Gowan and Rainbow. Children's Memorial Park. It's probably a shout out to all the children ever handed to a bad filmer. So I was filming and this dude was filming me and I'm skating great. I'm landing my tricks. He hits a pebble, hits the pebble. You get that weird skirt and he falls down. Doesn't do the shoulder roll, doesn't protect the camera. It was an old camera, a VHS C camera. He basically throws the camera towards me as he falls. It's kind of like, I've always been the type of guy, like, I don't care if I smash my elbow. I don't care if I hit my shoulder. I don't care if I get a bad little scrape on my arm, as long as the camera's safe. And there's other people out there who are just like, oh, fuck, dude, last thing I want to do is have to put a small Band-Aid on this small scrape that'll heal tomorrow. I'd rather just destroy our entire ability to document our skateboarding. That sounds way more enjoyable to me. It's a weird selfishness. I swear to God, this fool fucking knuckle-pucked my fucking camera across the goddamn ground because he didn't want to fall, and he was like weirded out like why I was mad. He was like, He's like, nothing I could do. I was like, no, nothing you could do. And he's like, I don't see why you're mad, man. You act like you've never fallen. And I'm like, I've had this camera like 3 years. I fall all the time. I've fallen with this in my backpack, and I've chosen to sternum flop onto the concrete rather than roll onto my backpack. I specifically choose to sacrifice my heart, the one part of my body that controls everything. I've sacrificed my entire life as to not hurt the camera, which is in my backpack. If the camera was in front of me, I would roll to my back almost as if I was protecting a child. But other people, you know, this is where how murderers are born. Probably they're just like they start like putting like an ant, and they start off with like a magnifying glass and they burn an ant. Then they start to become a filmer and they break a bunch of cameras. And then 3 fucking years later, they're Jeffrey Dahmer, just raping, murdering, and eating their fucking victims. That's what it is. Am I just a selfless person? I would rather save the camera than rape and murder a human being and then eat the remains? Am I crazy, or are they fucked up? Because I'm still wondering to this day how anyone alive is able to pour a glass of water and calmly walk into their living room, yet they cannot fucking film with a camera. I don't understand how people are bad at filming. I think it's 100%. It must be lack of effort. There's nothing else that could possibly explain it, unless you guys have some thoughts or ideas. Are some people, for medical issues, like let's say you have that guy from Back to the Future and you're all shaky and shit, maybe you have that. Okay, sure. You shouldn't be a filmer and you shouldn't hold kids. Sorry. Oh, the controversy starts. Ninja Lifestyle says some people shouldn't hold children. Yes, that's right. Pedophiles and shaky people. Same thing with cameras. No, take the camera away from the pedophiles and the shaky people, and America's gonna be a better place. Yeah, Parkinson's disease, exactly. Pissing me fucking off. Speaking of handicapped people not knowing how to film, handicapped people also need a place to park. And I went to In-N-Out yesterday, and I saw this fucker, dude. It makes me so mad. This is not an act either, okay? This is not like a comedy bit. I saw this fucker park in the handicap space, crooked as all goddamn hell. He gets out, fucking does a triple backflip, fucking heel clicker, and then walks into In-N-Out with his girlfriend. They walk in there, they're super fucking rude to everyone. And the whole time I'm just like, wow, not only did you drive like a bitch, park like a bitch, park in a handicap spot, unless you're fucking mentally handicapped, which is literally the only possible solution, there's no excuse to take the handicap spot for fast fucking food. Oh, it blows my mind. They must think that what do you think about yourself? Are you just the king of the world? Are you so special and amazing? You're so goddamn, you're just the king, the number one, whoever's above the president, dare I say God just decided he wanted In-N-Out and then put his own body into a fucking skinny Hispanic dude and decided to park in the handicap spot. Yeah, hard to believe. And this fool walks in there, has a fucking attitude with the cashier, and the whole time, number one, I'm really fucking mad. I'm really mad because I have to wear this mask, and I didn't bring my real mask, so I had to wear a mask off the floor of the car, super dirty, like footprints on it and shit. So I'm like, fuck, dude, can we please hurry this shit up? Number one, if this dickhead would have parked in a normal spot, I would have walked in sooner than him, because I would have, since my girlfriend's not handicapped, she was driving. Since she is able-bodied and has 2 legs and 2 arms and can walk totally fine, and no back injuries, never served in fucking Afghanistan or Iraq or fucking Korea. Nope, none of that. So she just parked in the spot for normal, regular human beings. But she didn't know that God was going to show up that day, and this fool got in front of us. I have to wear this fucking shit-ass mask, which gives me double corona, because a bunch of people have been stepping on it in the car. And I get up there, I'm breathing like... Please, God, let this fucking asshole hurry up and order his stupid ass fucking food. He orders it, doesn't know what he wants, comes back, doesn't have enough money, fucking just takes all goddamn day. So much so that the In-N-Out guy looked at me, locked eyes, and just went... He shrugged and then gave me a number 1 for hold on a minute, nothing I can do, dude. This guy's fucking stupid. I get it. Maybe he is mentally handicapped. Why are you driving then? Who let this fool drive? Who let God drive to fucking In-N-Out? I can't imagine the amount of like cockiness or entitlement that makes you feel like you deserve to park somewhere meant for people whose lives are slightly harder, right? And I said this, and it may be insensitive, and I really don't fucking care at this point. I hope one day you experience handicappedness. I hope that you get your leg run over on accident, or you catch diabetes in your knee. I hope that a fucking wild shark pops out of the Mandalay Bay and bites your fucking arm off. And then you can go sit in the handicap spot. That's cool. That's fine. But you know what? I hope that when that man, I say when, as if I hope the world, as if karma exists. If it did exist, I hope that when your fucking arm gets bitten off savagely, that one day you're craving a nice, delicious, a double with cheese and maybe some chopped chilies and maybe some animal fries or something. That sounds really great. I only have one arm, so I'm gonna have to eat it a little bit slower. But man, that would sure brighten my day. And you pull up to In-N-Out, and all the handicap spots are taken by powerlifters and Olympic athletes. I hope it's nothing but American Ninja Warrior champions and fucking professional gymnasts, all parked in the handicap zone, and you have to park all the way across the street next to a bum who's lighting his own shit on fire, and you accidentally step on it. That's what I hope. And then he goes, "You got $1?" And you go, "No, I don't have $1." And he goes, "Yeah, you do. You're going to In-N-Out, you fucking asshole." And you get guilt tripped, and then you leap into the fucking traffic and end it all. That's where, if karma was real, there's a special place for people that park in the handicap spot. And you know where that place is? Flat in the middle of the road. That's it. It just makes me fucking mad, dude. Oh, shit. So, man, we are really on a roll today as far as jokes and topics. Let's slow it down, though, for a minute. A very, very influential skateboarder passed away, I think yesterday. Keith Hufnagel. Most of you who are a little bit younger might know him from the shoe brand Huff, which was wildly popular. But my first encounter with this guy was the Reel video, Reel to Reel, which came out in 2001. Also, shout out to Mark Gonzalez, who has a pretty dope-ass part in this video. Let's read this from the New York Post. Keith Hufnagel, the pro who founded the popular streetwear brand Huff Worldwide, has died. Wait, it is shoes, though. I didn't know it was Huff Worldwide. Hufnagel, who trailblazed the New York City skate scene during the 1990s, passed away after a 2.5-year battle with brain cancer. Keith loved skateboarding and the culture around it. He did things his way and did them for the right reasons. He inspired so many of us across the globe. He also had some of the quickest feet, probably the quickest feet I can think of other than Booznitz. This motherfucker could jump. You see it in a lot of the video parts. He also had a mean backside kickflip on banks. Holy shit, what a skateboarder. Above anything else, Keith loved and supported the people around him. He would do anything for his friends, family, and children. He passionately wanted to see others succeed, and we all loved him for it. USA Skateboarding, the sport's official governing body and home to the Olympic Skateboarding Team USA, also paid their respects. They said, "We are devastated to hear that Keith Hufnagel has passed away. His impact on skateboarding, both on his board and off it, as a designer, brand owner, founder, and friend, will live forever. Rest in peace, Keith." Tony Hawk called Hufnagel a pioneer DIY businessman that valued integrity over profits. It's incredibly sad to hear about the passing of Keith. He was a skating legend in New York City and San Francisco fame. I am thankful to have spent time with him in my Lakai days. He was the catalyst and my biggest advocate for joining the team. Thank you, Huff, for all the good times and constant inspiration. Skateboarding is collectively mourning today. Absolutely, man. 46 years old. That's not old at all. Although I would have thought he'd be younger. Man, we got to take a moment to just say, man, cancer is one of those fuckers that can just come out of nowhere, and it's really sad when it does. It certainly is sad, and it's a super big blow for skateboarding, especially for skateboarding in the way that I oftentimes look at it. A lot of times look at skating about like, oh, it has to be core. You have to be a skater. Everyone's a skater at heart. But what I oftentimes look at skateboarding as is not only like a fun thing to do, a hobby, an activity, a sport, but also a way to better your life and your surroundings by making money, products. You learn business. You learn the business of skateboarding. You learn how to be a salesman. And skateboarding in that way certainly changed my life because it's been my primary source of income for like 10 years. And you look at people like this, Huff, who turned his name into a brand that transcended skateboarding and became popular among just random kids in New York. You got to look at that and say, wow, that's really inspiring. Or at least for me, that's really inspiring. I'm sure that if he was alive and let's say that he sold his brand to Amazon today, most of you dick riders would be calling him a fucking pussy sellout. But I think it's inspiring to see what these guys do off the skateboard as well as on it. But off the skateboard, it's really like inspiring to me, at least. And I don't mean to make a skateboarder's death into a debate right now, but I said what I fucking said. And, skateboarders are, in my mind, famous for not having their own opinion, sort of just going with whatever the collective group says is okay to believe. But you look at this guy, man, inspiring on the board and certainly inspiring off the board, and it's a huge loss for skateboarding. So definitely shout out to the Huff, man. Sad day for skateboarding. Let's go ahead and jump into the news. If we're going to have some bad news, we might as well keep it all in one spot here. Next news article is Nevada man gets 15 years in prison for stalking women. This is not bad news, actually. A Nevada man has been sentenced to 15 years in prison after pleading guilty to stalking a female acquaintance while on parole for a similar crime that happened in Las Vegas. The reason that I clicked this is because I think it's interesting. I didn't know stalking was a crime. I actually don't know exactly what stalking is. Is that just like calling someone and saying like, I'm watching you? I didn't know that was a crime. If it's not, it should be. If it is, I don't know how it is. Kind of weird. The Washoe County District Attorney's Office in Reno announced the sentence for 28-year-old Donald Eugene Jackson. This guy's 28 years old, and that's what he spends his day doing, is stalking women. Are you kidding me, dude? You still have plenty of time to get a hobby, get a job, go to school, pick up a skateboard, pick up a scooter. Once you're done learning tail whip in 8 minutes, then jump back on a skateboard, continue your journey as a man learning. But instead you spent your fucking time like just following chicks around and saying, I'm watching you like a fucking nerd. 28 years old. Are you kidding me? He was arrested in Arizona in January and pleaded guilty to the aggravated stalking charge. Wonder what aggravated means. Maybe that means like peeping Tom, like you're looking in their window, breathing hard. Like that dude who's always behind Helga and Hey Arnold. According to prosecutors, an investigation by the Sparks Police Department determined Jackson had sent numerous threatening text messages to a woman over several months in 2019. The texts included threats against the woman's dog and property. He also called the woman's family and friends in an effort to get information about her. At the time of the threats, Jackson was on parole for stalking a former girlfriend in Las Vegas. That woman ended up shooting him when he tried to climb into her home. Okay, at this point, we got to take a minute to realize that this guy is just a filmer in training. He's just trying, he can't afford a VX, so he's just trying to be creepy and shitty. Eventually, he's going to buy a camera and destroy it. This guy got shot for trying to climb into a girl's home and still didn't learn his lesson. You know what I say, dude? If you're in the wrong and someone shoots you and you still don't realize your mistake, I feel like it's time to just hang it up, dude. Move away, hang it up, or just get addicted to drugs or something. Just find something else to do. According to the DA's office, prosecutor Travis Lucia sought a maximum sentence because of the terrifying nature of Jackson's conduct, which came only a month on parole for the previous crime. So he hasn't learned anything. Wow, dude. 1 month on parole, you're still fucking around. Again, just get a hobby, get a life, find something to do. Clearly, obviously, this guy has mental problems. And jail, prison, probably not the best place for him. Can you imagine him just coming into your cell like, what are you reading today? Man, could you imagine being like that? I remember I was kind of like a simp kind of kid when I was 16 and 17, write a letter to the girl you like. Oh, I hope she fucking responds to this. Yeah, right. But as far as being 28 years old and still being this weird guy, maybe if I follow this bitch around and threaten her family and threaten to kill her dog, maybe I'll get some pussy. Maybe that you know what? It's just crazy enough to work, right? Crazier things have happened. Right? Maybe? No, bitch! Nothing crazier has ever happened. That's the craziest thing that could ever happen. It's never gonna happen. You want crazy shit? Go gamble. Go, look, this fool just won $458,000 last weekend. Go use your weird optimism on that. Something positive. At least just become a degenerate gambler and just go broke that way. Don't bother this person. That's why you got shot, asshole. Imagine being this guy's mom. Your son got shot. Oh, he in there stalking again? God damn it. I told him not to be stalking again. I said, you're gonna get shot. He said, I don't care, mama. I don't know why I made him into a redneck voice, but whatever, dude. Just weird fucking story. He done got shot doing what he loved. Next article. Downtown Las Vegas casino fined $300,000 after alleged botched theft investigation. Let's read. The Nevada Gaming Control Board agreed to a settlement with Fremont Hotel and Casino Thursday, fining the hotel for an alleged botched investigation that kept a woman in security's custody for 90 minutes. They were charged $300,000 for alleged violations as part of the settlement. So we have something called the Nevada Gaming Control Board. They basically investigate crimes that happen within the casino. So if you say, hey, I hit a jackpot and the casino refused to pay me, that's who investigates. It's not regular cops, although they probably have a part of it too. I think they're part of they're not federal. I think they're state cops. You know what? I learned about all this shit back in college. I don't remember nowadays. Anyways, they kept a woman in custody, which, by the way, this is Fremont Casino. I go to this casino all the time. I really like it. And typically their security guards are not dickheads. I mean, they kind of have to be in the early morning hours, but I've never seen a security guard choke slam a person. So that might be some foreshadowing for the end of this. Continuing, according to the complaint, the Fremont Casino conducted a botched investigation of an alleged theft that happened November 24th, in which a patron accused another of stealing money from the slots. The two women were involved in playing slots near each other. According to the complaint, one of the women is seen on surveillance footage at a slot playing, cashing out the money, and then moving. When the accused woman went to the same machine as the first person, the accuser, you fucking accuser, claimed that there was money left on the machine, about $200. So here's what happened. It was either a drunken mistake or it was somebody trying to rip off the casino. Someone cashed out on a game, took their money out, walked away, saw someone else play the game, and then said, oh, I forgot to cash out. I think they're playing with my money instead. Which leads me to believe that maybe the second person might have won some money, but that might also not be the case. That's kind of hard to guess. Anyways, security later found the accused woman on the casino floor, playing another game, just minding her own business, right? I'm kind of adding to the story. They claim that rather than calmly conducting the investigation, Fremont security grabbed the woman by the neck and arm from behind before placing her in handcuffs and taking her into custody. Now that I read this, it's probably a tweaker. Because if you're just a normal, regular dressed person, first off, if you're going to commit a crime in the casino and then hang out in the casino and gamble some more, you should already, like, as a security guard, you should already be like, man, maybe this could be a mistake, right? But if you're there just fucking tweaking, going crazy, security's going to be like, oh shit, this could definitely be a thief because they're going crazy. That's probably why the initial person accused her. Maybe. I'm just speculating here. I'm a local. I know how this shit goes down. That's possibly what's happening here. I don't know. I'm kind of adding in my own details. According to the complaint, the woman was in the Fremont security office professing her innocence for about 90 minutes. The control board alleges that Fremont security berated the woman, not listening to her side of the story. In those offices, they record audio, so that's how they find out that type of information. Although there were ample avenues available. What the fuck? Ample avenues available to reconstruct the alleged events. Okay, so what that means, when a machine cashes out, you don't need special technology. You can use a little fucking machine key. You just put the machine key in, you turn it. You can see the last few cash outs. You can see all of the last bills that went in. So, like, here's what I used to do, because I used to be a slot tech. Someone would say, hey, the machine ate my $20 bill. And I'd fucking key the machine. I'd go, oh, that's funny because the last bill that went in this game was a $1 bill. Are you sure it wasn't a $1 bill? And they go, no, it was a 20. And I'd go, okay, like I'm going to have to call the gaming control board officers to come down and they're going to investigate this. And then they'd go, oh, wait a minute. I found my 20. It must have been a $1 bill. My bad. And I'd go, okay, bitch. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Don't come in this fucking liquor store again, you fucking asshole. I'll do that shit all the time. The point is, me, a low-level fucking route tech working at liquor stores, I knew how to investigate this story more than the actual slot attendants who were there. All they would have had to do was do the math, right? Go back to, here's how you do it. You say, okay, how much did you initially put in the game? I put in $200 and I cashed out $200. And I said, okay, I see $200 going in. I see $200 coming out. That means the machine was clear. You can also backtrack typically the last 25 hands played, whether on Keno or fucking cards or whatever, and you could see how much money was on the game at any given time. So, long story short, it's a very simple investigation, and they choked this bitch and didn't listen to her and didn't investigate at all, and that seems like the reason why they were fined by this state agency, Nevada Control Board, not a gaming control board, excuse me. The complaint further alleged that the property didn't adequately investigate security footage, which they said would have exonerated the accused woman, and that Fremont security provided Metro with false information. Eventually, the accused woman was reluctantly paid the amount equal to the alleged theft, $202 cash. Wait a minute, they just paid her $200 to shut up? What? While still claiming innocence, the money was given to the patron accusing the woman of theft. Later, okay, let me re-say this. So they gave the snitch $202 in cash because, how do I explain this? They gave the snitch $202 in cash because that's how much they claim they lost. Then the snitch was seen on surveillance footage cashing out a voucher from her pocket of $202. So now you know that this was malicious. This was malicious intent because the person accused someone of stealing money, knowing that they had money in their pocket, got the money back that was never stolen, and then cashed out twice. So they basically doubled their money by accusing an innocent person and fucked up that innocent person's night while making $200. I hope the end of this says that person fucking got fined or at least banned from the casino. Receipts from the slot machine and surveillance show the woman lied about being stolen from. Wow. Other Fremont personnel, including surveillance and slot personnel, were negligent in interpreting the available video and relevant slot reports that, if examined properly, would have exonerated the accused patron. Totally. Absolutely. The control board will meet and they'll discuss a fine, and that's the update. The fine was $300,000. All you had to do, it's like 4 people have a job and they all have to talk to each other to get this problem solved. And somehow one of the four or all of the four couldn't figure out what was going on. I think it should have been pretty straightforward from the slot attendant, security, the camera person, right? Surveillance. Maybe they could have played a part, but I think, in my opinion, this falls on the slot attendant. It's very simple, dude. Like, all you have to do is just look at what happened. I get it. Maybe there's a lot of people. Maybe you're distracted. But, and security definitely stepped out of line, too. $200, man, you're going to fucking choke somebody out and you don't even know that they really did it. This is like, I used to solve these type of problems in under 1 minute, okay? Obviously, I don't work in a casino. I'm not dealt with that type of shit. But I've handled situations like this both in bars, liquor stores, and in like little small business smoke shops and shit. I've done this shit in under a minute and solved the problem. Yet these fools who definitely get paid twice as much as me couldn't do it. It's whatever. It's just a little surprising. That's all. Slightly surprising. Hammy of Doom says, sounds like the first person was the tweaker. Yeah, now that we read a little bit more. Now, Las Vegas criminal defense attorney weighs in on Breonna Taylor. Oh, shit. We're going to talk about the controversy. Finally, some controversy that I can read without being accused of being racist. I'm just going to read what the criminal defense attorney in Las Vegas says or believes about this case. So, you know, no telling how this case is going to go. We also don't know which information is real and what's fake. So don't think I'm taking a side, but I'm just going to read this. Because when I skimmed through it, I was taken off guard as to how this person assumes this trial or whatever this issue is going to play out. Okay, many community members who took to the streets in Las Vegas and other cities Wednesday night were protesting the lack of charges against 3 officers who shot into Breonna Taylor's apartment, ultimately killing her. However, Las Vegas defense attorney Michael Troiano says murder charges might not have held up in court. Okay, so what all these protesters want is these 3 guys to be in jail for murder, prison for murder, and I'm guessing that the reason they didn't charge with murder, I'm not guessing because I already skimmed the article, it's because certain criteria has to be met. So let's continue reading. Quote, I think that's why so many people are upset. Quote again, well, why isn't he charged with murder 1? Well, here's the thing. The only way they'd be able to prove that is if they were able to prove that the police intentionally went into the wrong house and murdered her in cold blood, which I don't think any credible person can argue based on the facts. And based on the facts, you would say, oh, it's a warrant. So they went there to serve a warrant, not to kill a random person. I mean, that's the argument. Let's continue reading. If there's more information or evidence out there that proves otherwise, I'm open to see it. Continuing the article. Legally, the Louisville police officers and detectives were allowed to be inside Taylor's apartment. They had a warrant. Quote, there's a lot of questions as to, apparently they don't wear body cams in that department. That's a problem. It was initially a no-knock warrant, but then got switched just prior to a knock warrant. Now that's fucking fishy, dude. Again, I'm not trying to take a side. I really haven't investigated this situation too much, but that's kind of fishy, right? It's a no-knock warrant, and now suddenly we've changed it to a knock warrant. What if that means that they realize they fucked up and then they just changed their story? That's possible. Also, I heard another perspective. If you think someone's breaking into your house, you know, it's kind of hard for a pro-gun guy like myself to defend either side, right? Because here's one of the main things that they teach you in gun training is you should always know what is your target and what's behind your target. So if you're shooting your door, you don't know what your target is and you don't know what's behind your target, right? You don't know who you're shooting, why you're shooting them, or what they did. So if you're shooting the cop, you don't know why you're doing that. Same thing goes for the cops. Generally, cops probably should be retreating rather than blindly just shooting into a door. Because Breonna Taylor got killed, that's really awful. But imagine if 3 children would have died. Now we have something 3 times worse. We have 4 deaths on our hands. So the issue is negligence on both parts, in my opinion. I don't know how this is going to play out. Again, I don't want to I don't want to put my opinion like too much on the neck here because I'm gonna get fucking hung out to dry when when this thing finally gets solved or unsolved. Let's continue reading. Police say they ended up knocking and identifying themselves. Taylor's boyfriend, who was sleeping next to her, said he didn't hear them. He started shooting when officers broke down the door. Okay, so this, I didn't read this part, so maybe I'm learning right now, guys. Sorry. He started shooting when officers broke down the door because he said he thought they were intruders. Hankinson and 2 other officers fired a dozen rounds in return while bullets flew into neighboring apartments. Taylor was shot 6 times? Whoa. I didn't hear this shit either. You could challenge the search warrant at a later time, but that's what's weird about this case. Usually we're talking about, this is a quote by the way, usually we're talking about things in the context of they went in, they found drugs, they did find this, and then the people residing in the home are the defendants challenging the warrant from that aspect, which we don't really have in this situation, which I guess is because they did not find any drugs, right? The warrant used to search her home was linked to a suspect who did not live there and no drugs were found inside. Activists want no-knock warrants banned. It's why the Justice in Policing Act of 2020 is making its way through Congress. It bans chokeholds, carotid, God damn it, I can never say this fucking word. Corroded holds, bitch. I can't. And no-knock warrants. It's passed in the House and now it's on the Senate's calendar. Now, again, I don't have all the details to this, and I guess they'll find out. First off, body cams definitely should be out everywhere. All over the fucking country, we should have body cams. It baffles me that this shit is still happening without no fucking body cams, dude. It's like the only people in America that aren't filmed constantly are fucking cops now, right? Like you go into fucking Walgreens, you're on camera for every fucking straight second of everything you do. I worked on slot machines. Every second of the day I was on camera. But these cops can just go fucking randomly around and not have a camera. I have a problem with that. Number 2, the no-knock warrant. I don't know how I feel about this. Because you know what I call a knock warrant? I call that dump the cocaine in the toilet warrant. That's what I call a knock warrant. Excuse me. Excuse me. Is anyone home? Excuse me. May I come in to serve this warrant? Can I read the warrant? Yes, sir. Can I look at it? Is it signed? Oh, so the warrant is signed. Okay, let me put my dog away. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, sure, you can search the place now. Okay, I just dumped 4 kilos of cocaine. I just fucking dumped down the toilet. I'm all good. You know what I mean? That being said, you should not, obviously I would hope that these police, when they're kicking in doors, are yelling clearly, police, these are police. But also, motherfucker, if you're gonna rob your homie or a stranger and you kick in their door and yell police, what's the difference if you're in the other room and you can't see them? Just because someone yells police don't mean that they're police. So in that aspect, I can kind of see both sides. Just because somebody yells police doesn't mean that you shouldn't shoot them because there's a possible chance they might not be police, right? You guys kind of see that aspect? I don't think a lot of people talk about that. Also, if you know that it's police, then yeah, you should be shutting the fuck up and getting on the ground and chilling out. And these drug warrants don't just happen on accident. No one accidentally gets fucking a drug raid. It does occasionally happen, right? I know my buddy Fatone, who's now currently in fucking prison for drugs. I know he got pulled over. He got his apartment broken into, or not broken up, raided. His apartment raided, his mom's house raided, his studio where he played music raided, and he was pulled over all at the exact same time because they were really trying to bust him. And they really did. They got this fool for exactly what they wanted to get him for. But they didn't find nothing at the studio. They didn't find nothing at the mom's house. They just raided those places because they thought there'd be drugs there, right? So, in that situation, you can't say, well, why'd you raid those other places? Well, because likely you would find something, okay? It's not because it was an accident. They didn't accidentally kick in his mom's door. It was totally on purpose. This article did not mention, and maybe I've been reading the propaganda. I've been really drinking the Kool-Aid. I don't really know, what to believe and what not to believe. But I've been reading that this person, Breonna Taylor, really did have like drug-related transactions with the person whose name was on the warrant. So I'm wondering if maybe that was a similar situation to what had happened to my friend Fatone, who I'm just talking to you guys about. I'm wondering if it's a similar situation. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see like when the facts come out, or what facts come out, or like what. At the end of the day, man, no matter what the paperwork says, we're not going to ever really know what happened, because the people that are writing the paperwork are the ones who are cops, right? And they don't want to get fired. They don't want to go to prison. Breonna Taylor's not here to write down like her side of the story. So I don't really know. I think it's important to keep an open mind when you look at this shit. But I also think that there's some really fishy stuff going on. So these people protesting, not surprising. No one should be surprised. And police definitely should be on their best behavior. They should always be, but now more than ever, right? And this body cam shit, that's my biggest concern now, is there should not be a fucking cop in America who does not have a body camera on. Anyways, that's all I got for the news. That's also all I have for the podcast. So I want to thank you guys for being here, for supporting Stop Crying Poser. Finally, we had an episode that didn't go under the time limit. I know our last few episodes were like 30 minutes, 35 minutes. We finally got one up in the 45 area. So I appreciate you guys for being here. Can I get a hell yeah from everybody in the chat right now? I appreciate you guys for hanging out on twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle every single Friday, right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. We got Solitude, we got OG Mickey, we got iBook Boy, Vulgar Tech, Hammy of Doom, Gino, Vulgar Tech, Moobot, Irie Caveman, David Dean Ross, OG Mickey. I'm sure I said the same fucking names a couple times. I appreciate you guys always hanging out. If you want to help the podcast grow, well, you can donate money, which my good friend Venus Dietrap just donated $10. Thank you for that. He just hit $600 on a slot machine. He gave 10 of them to me. Man, you know what? That's a small price to pay for entertainment. And I thank you very much for your generosity. Also, thank you to Polartel for donating $7 earlier. Real name Adrian. Gonna give this guy's details out to everybody on the internet so they can hack into his shit and send me more money. But you guys don't have to send money. If you want to support, you could share the podcast on social media, or you could tell a friend. That's right. You can tell a friend, hey, I know this cool podcast. No, you don't. Yeah, I do. Check it out. This last episode was pretty good. Tell them to check it out on iTunes, Podbean, or YouTube. And that's a great way for us to grow and have some more viewers, have some more donators, have some more money, eat some more food. You know, my dog can have more fun toys to play with. You guys hate my dog or something? Man, that's weird. I hope you can live with yourself. Anyways, that's all I got for today. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Be safe out there. The world's getting crazier and crazier. Don't drink too much. But you know what, dude? Drink a little bit. Don't drink too little. Go out there. Everybody needs a drink right now. The world's getting fucking crazy. Hey, can I hold that baby? Have you ever been on Ninja Review? Yeah, I went on 2 times. No! You can never hold my baby!